Hey guys, the Black Critic Guy, and happy Canada Day to each and every one of you, and also, welcome to Top 10 Month, a whole month dedicated to giving you guys a brand new Top 10 list every Wednesday. And to kickstart Top 10 Month here on the Black Critic Guy channel, I proudly present my Top 10 favorite teams in anime, as requested by one of my subscribers, Antonia Sampson. There are many fantastic teams in anime, some that really kick ass, others that work really well together, and some that are just despicable to the core. And once again, full disclaimer, these are just my personal opinions of anime teams that really stood out to me over the years. You may agree with my choices, you may outright disagree with most of my choices, or you may feel like I left some teams out. But as long as we both can respect each other's opinion, I think we can get along just fine. Or you could just be annoying fucking trolls and ruin it for the rest of us. And before we get to the main list, I do have a few honorable mentions, and they are as follows. Class 3E from Assassination Classroom, Ash, Brock, and Misty from the original Pokemon, the Lagoon Company from Black Lagoon, Class 3A from Negima, the Magical Girls of Puelai Magi Madoka Magica, Team Ava from Neon Genesis Evangelion and the Evangelion reboot, and finally, the Z Warriors from Dragon Ball Z. What? The Z Warriors didn't make the list? Oh my god, this is the worst list I've ever seen. Unlike, unsubscribe. Yeah, I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that controversial choice. But who cares? Let's get to the list, shall we? Leading a team of assassins to the number 10 spot is Night Raid from Akame Got Killed. Whether you like the anime or not, you cannot deny the effectiveness of Night Raid. This team of assassins, comprised of 10 members, tasked themselves with assisting the Revolutionary Army's efforts to overthrow the Emperor's rule and restore peace and order to the Empire, with each member contributing to the team with their special abilities, from Akame with their one-cut sword, to Mai with their sniping, to Bulat with his sexiness, I mean his armor, and finally to Tatsumi with his main character status. Yes, I know he contributes more to the team than just being the main character, but come on, the only reason he got into the team was because he's the main character of the anime. Their cooperation and on-the-spot maneuvers in tough situations make them a tough foe to defeat and a hell of a dynamic team. Not to mention their funny banters among themselves, which always got a laugh from me. With strong camaraderie and kinship among its members, added with the badass weapons at their dismantle, no empire could stand in the way of Night Raid. Probably the silliest team in the entire list is my number 9 choice, Team Bobobo from Bobobo-bo-bo-bo. What can I say, guys? I enjoy this anime to death, and one of the core reasons as to why I love it so much is because of the bizarre and unique team that is Team Bobobo. Sure, they may be silly 95% of the time, and sure, they may quarrel with one another more than cooperate, but whenever an enemy stands in the way of Bobobo and his team, you'll be damn sure that they'll not only defeat them, but also you'll be laughing your ass off through all of it.
Bo-bobo! You're sending another weapon!
Huh? A 2-story house isn't a weapon? Well, this is a new twist! I'm smelling spin-off! You want a revolution?
This team of colorfully eccentric goofballs, sometimes led by the titular character, is one of the most volatile teams in anime, with a unique lineup. From the blonde afro-haired Bobobo with his powerful whip-like nose hairs, to Don Pax, the sun-shaped being more outrageous than powerful, and honestly, I don't even know what his powers are in the show, to Jelly Jiggler, the Gumby reject with jelly-like powers, and Beauty, the only normal one in the show who constantly has to deal with all the craziness. And that's just tapping the surface, as there are plenty of other zany characters that are a part of this team. And if I'm to be completely honest, if I could choose to be a part of any of the teams mentioned on this list, I would choose Team Bobobo in a heartbeat, because I know for a fact that I would just have so much fun every step of the way, no matter how strange or bizarre it got. As crazy as they may be, when Team Bobobo puts their minds to it, they are hilariously unstoppable. Risking their lives to uncover the truth is my number 8 choice, the Survey Corps from Attack on Titan. Led by Commander Erwin, this team of soldiers serve as warriors against Titans, searching rigorously for answers about the Titans, from their origins to how to defeat them. They are well organized and strategic, planning each and every step step when confronting a Titan, and always willing to put themselves on the line to protect their fellow members. Seriously, the death toll in this group is sky high. I would shit my pants if I was forced to join this group. Though their effectiveness may be questioned, in a world full of gigantic beasts, they're our best hope. Standing from up on high and shining bright like a diamond is my number 7 choice, Satsuki's Student Council from Kill la Kill. With a mix of brains and brawn, this Student Council gives a whole new definition to the word formidable. And yeah, I know a lot of you are going to disagree with me on their effectiveness, as they have been defeated by Ryoko individually, but had they worked together as a team, I would think that would have been a different story. Plus, it's not about defeating Ryoko in the series, it's about their endgame, and they pull that one off in flying colors. What makes this team so great isn't how badass each of its members are, which goes without saying, but seeing them grow into a stronger team through their failures and understandings. It's these factors that shape the team and make them even better. Plus, it doesn't hurt to have a brilliant strategist and born leader like Satsuki at the helm, keeping the team strong and prepared. Powerful, cunning, intelligent, and way over the top, the charms of Satsuki's Student Council will stick with you long after the anime's end. With the power of equivalent exchange, I can summon my number 6 pick, the Alchemists from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Think like a police task force with the ability to use magic. That's basically the State Alchemists in a nutshell. To prove their effectiveness as a team, throughout the series, you see these alchemists execute brilliant tactical attacks, from episode 1's citywide manhunt to this world's equivalent of the Wall in Game of Thrones, Briggs Fortress, to the final endgame of the series, which I might add is one of the best endgame scenarios I've seen in an anime. And though deception among the ranks is rampant, most stay extremely loyal to their commanding officers. Some fine examples of these are General Armstrong's men on the fortress and Rory Mustang's crew, faithful to the end. In this team, from state alchemists to regular officers, every member serves a purpose, no one is forgotten, everyone has a badass moment, and when they come together, you better start praying. And speaking of praying for one's immortal soul, we got my number 5 choice, the Soul Reapers from Bleach. The sword-wielding Shinigamis tasked with protecting the living world from evil spirits known as hollows and guiding departed souls to the afterlife. And unlike its action shown in predecessor DBZ, Bleach does not commit the mistake of sidelining its members as the series goes on. As a team, they all add something useful and they carry their own weight. I mean, seriously, think about it. How useful were any of the human members of the Z Warriors after the Frieza saga? Not that very useful. Not to mention, each Soul Reaper has a unique ability all to their own that is quite a spectacle to behold. Like this beautiful sword right here, which is actually Ichigo's Zanpakuto in its Bankai form. I just really love this sword. It's so freaking awesome! Uncompromising and always determined to get the job done, the Soul Reapers are a force to be reckoned with. Releasing Control Alt Restriction 1 is my number 4 choice, the Hellsing organization. There's only one word to describe this team. In fact, no, 2 words to describe this team. Unstoppable and overpowered. Holy shit, this team. With the indestructible, unrelenting, and extremely overpowered vampire Alucard, his sexy and powerful assistant Ceres Victoria, the angel of death wire guru butler Walter, and the ruthless, uncompromising leader Sir Ceres Victoria, who could ever pose a threat to them? And that's a god-honest question. Like, who really could stop this team at the peak of their perfection? What, that Nazi regime that's coming for them? Pfft, get the fuck out of here. Alucard could defeat that entire Nazi regime all by himself in a night while sleeping. And to be honest here, I only saw about 5 of the OVAs. I know there are more, so maybe there comes a character that's maybe at the same level as Alucard, but from what I've seen so far, it looks unlikely. As a team, I cannot deny their effectiveness. They get the job done. Sometimes in the most brutal way possible, but they get it done. They are literally just the pure definition of a team of badasses. Proving that even idiots can have their time in the sun is my number 3 choice, Class F from Baka and Tess. They may not be the smartest class around, but when it comes to strategic battle, they have no equals. Mostly led by the brilliant tactician Yuji Sakamoto, Class F makes up for their poor grades through careful planning and excellent teamwork, using what strength they have to their full advantage. Episodes 11 and 12 of the first season are shining examples of this. Not only are they a strong team, but a very lax team as well, enjoying their time spent with each other rather than furiously striving for favor. Not to mention they all have such great comedic chemistry among themselves as well. Always hilarious, very courageous, and just a thrill to watch. You will be rooting for Class F to win the day each and every time you see them. Pointing his gun at you at the number 2 spot is Team Urameshi from Yu Yu Hakusho. Without a doubt, the quintessential action shonen team. No one compares. This quartet of badasses are comprised of the spirit detective delinquent Yusuke Urameshi, the hard-headed yet spiritually aware tough guy Kuwabara, the spirit fox and rose whip wielding Kurama, and the powerful demon Hiei. What makes this team so unique, besides how badass and cool looking they are, is how they were formed, with each member being at one point enemies of Yusuke, but through mutual respect for his power and charisma and overall bonding, they all ended up becoming close allies. Every single member of this team brings something to the table, whether it's strength, cunning, or strong spiritual senses. There's not a single weak link in this team. They all contribute, and with their combined strength, they are able to face all kinds of tough foes, from the Four Beasts to the Tagoro brothers to Sensui. Strong chemistry, perfect skills, and a whole lot of bickering, Team Urameshi set the standard for excellence for future shonen action anime teams. And now comes my number 1 choice. And what team could that be? What team truly highlights what it means to be a part of a strong and dynamic anime team? Well, I could think of no other team that fits that description than my number 1 choice, which is the Seirin High basketball team from Kuroko no Basket. This team of nobodies, through hard work, determination, and most importantly of all, trust, defied the odds and became one of the most formidable teams, not only in the show, but in anime. They portray great chemistry and synergy when on the court, each member contributing, each member propelling the others to greatness, each member playing off of the other's skills, capturing the fundamentals of basketball and teamwork. They do not think as individuals, they are one perfect unit, one not being placed above another. Well, that last one is a bit of a stretch, as they do put a lot of emphasis on Taiga, who is the ace of the team, and Kuroko, who's like the glue that keeps the team together. But still, the whole team matters. It's not just one person that carries the team, everybody carries the team. And they definitely show that a lot in the show. And it's not just the victories that define them as a team, but also their defeats. Seeing them rise back up, ready to give it their all once more. Through thick and thin, they remain resilient. The tougher the foe, the harder they push. The Seirin High School basketball team is proof positive that through great teamwork and trust, anything is possible. And that's why they are my number 1 choice for the best team in anime. And those, ladies and gentlemen, were my top 10 favorite teams in anime. And I would love to know what you guys thought about my list. Did you agree with it? Did you disagree with it? Did you feel like I left any teams out? And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get a shit ton of comments talking about how Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, and Cowboy Bebop didn't make it on the list. But oh well, I'll deal with that when it comes. But now it's your turn to let me know, who is your favorite team in anime? Comment below and let me know. Also, let me know what you guys thought about the new style of the top 10s with this list. Do you like it a lot, or do you want me to resort back to the old ways? I personally like the new ways. It's more visually appealing, but that's just me. But I would love to know what you guys think. Also, click this link right here to go check out my top 20 list of favorite anime opening themes on my other channel, BCG Unplugged. And please go and support the artist that makes all the thumbnails for my channel, Ben Tuttle, by clicking this link right here to go check his channel out. Thank you, Ben, so much for all the work you have done. Stay tuned, I have a bunch of reviews coming your way, including a review of the 3rd season of Kuroko no Basket and a review of Terminator Genesis, as well as another top 10 list next Wednesday. So if you don't want to miss out on a single video on this awesome channel and be a part of the Black Critic crew, be sure you hit that subscribe button below, like this video if you really enjoyed it, and I'm Tony Watt II, kicking off top 10 month in style as the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace YouTube.